Hi all, Keith here. Welcome to the video. You guys, I just found the most amazing resort in the Gatlinburg area. It's kind of like a cabin, but more amazing. It's the luxury tree houses at Treehouse Grove. I'm excited to talk about this one. Let's get into it. Roll that intro. First off, all their amazing tree houses were built by master treehouse builder Pete Nelson. If you have time to Google him, I highly recommend it because he's built some amazing tree houses, including the ones here at Treehouse Grove. I have to admit, when I first found this website, it literally took me back to my childhood. I mean, who didn't want an awesome treehouse when you were a kid? Maybe it was just me because I was always a country kid, but it was always a goal. Anyway, when I saw the treehouse pics, I was just blown away. Now, these treehouses are actually part of the luxury cabins at Norton Creek Resort. So let's hop on to Google Maps here real fast just to give you like an idea of where they are. The treehouses are actually just right here. And this is actually the Norton Creek Resort right here, so it's just like a little bit up the road from that. You can also see like around there's just like a whole bunch of cabins and things like that just around this area, so probably a lot of people are already familiar with this area. Let's zoom out real fast just to give you a better lay of the land here. And as you can see, down here is Gatlinburg, and up here is Pigeon Forge. So it's actually really close to Gatlinburg here, right off of 321. You just hit Norton Creek Road and go on up to the resort. So it's a great location. Now, I think the best way to show off these tree houses is actually just to visit their website to give you a virtual tour. This is their website, and let me just say, first impressions are just wow. Look at this amazing tree house right here. If we scroll down just a little bit here, you can see they have actually 8 different tree houses. And as you can see from the scrolling thing here, all of the tree houses have 2 bedrooms and 1 full bathroom. But they also have air conditioning, heating, a kitchenette with a mini refrigerator, a deck with some chairs to relax on, TV, and high-speed wireless internet. Now keep in mind that none of these tree houses are actually handicap accessible, so you'll need to be able to navigate stairs to stay here. Okay, before we take a look at the tree houses in detail, let's take a look at the resort as a whole. We'll look at the map real fast. So as you can see, here's sort of the layout of the land and the resort. You can see Norton Creek is right here, and there are some cabins right next to Norton Creek. But you can also see that there's some picnic tables around the area. And this is actually the maple tree house over here, and it appears to be that there's a fire pit right next to the maple tree house. I don't know if that's specifically for the maple tree house or for the whole resort, but if you look over here by Norton Creek, there appears to be another fire pit, so that one might be the community one down here. Also note that some of these tree houses, like back here in this area, appear to be pretty close to like the parking area. Not sure if that would be distracting or not, but I might choose one closer to the creek. But regardless, they all look amazing, and I'd love to stay in any of these luxury tree houses. So now let's take a tour of an actual tree house. I've looked at almost all the cabins on their website, and they all look pretty similar. So I'm just going to choose the Cedar one here first to look at, because as you can see from the map, it's sort of like off by itself over here, and it looks pretty private. So let's look at that one first. Okay, and here's the path that leads up to the Cedar, and as you can see, it looks relatively flat with only a few stairs here at the end, so that's pretty good. And now we're on the porch here. As you can see, there's a couple tables, and you can see right back here, there's like an enclosed screened-in porch, it looks like, with some place to sit. And you can see here's another view sort of out off the deck. You can sort of see the path there, but it's mostly trees, which is a nice view. And here's kind of a wider shot of the cabin, so you can see the porch kind of wraps from here all the way around to here. So that's a lot of area out there to hang out. And check out this shot. This looks so secluded. Remember, this was the Cedar, and it was like off by itself. And it just looks like you're just in trees. It's amazing. Very secluded. Okay, and now we're inside the treehouse. And you can see this is the living area, and there's like a little kitchenette over here. They have a nice microwave and a mini fridge here too. So no 4-course meals being made here in this cabin, but definitely room for a quick bite and some drinks. Now here's a closer up look of the kitchenette, and as you can see, they do have dishes too, so like cups and things like that for you, and it looks like they have a coffee maker as well, which is nice. And now this next picture is of the screened in porch, and that's just another view of it here with a little bench seat for you to sit down and enjoy nature without getting bugs all over you. Back in the treehouse now, you see this is like a shot towards the front door here, but you can see there's a little ladder that leads up to the loft. We'll look at that here in a little bit, but you'll notice right behind the ladder there's what looks like a table, and actually it is a table. Sort of like folds out there so you can eat on it or maybe have family game night. And here's the bathroom. As you can see, there's no room for a tub, but there's a nice stand-up shower here and a sink. And actually the potty's right off the shot right down here it would be. We'll show you that in another treehouse tour here in a second. But moving on here, we have the main bedroom, and as you can see, it looks like a queen-size bed, and there's a table with a chair and some nice area here to store, hang up your clothes or whatever, put some luggage under here. Be nice to get it out of the way over there. And here's another shot of the bedroom. You can see that there is actually 2 nightstands on either side of the bed, and there is a sliding door here for privacy. Okay, so back out in the main living area, looking at the ladder that leads up to the loft here. You can see the bathroom off to the side and the main floor bedroom right there. So let's climb the ladder and go into the loft. And now we're up in the loft. As you can see, it's a nice queen size bed up here with a little dresser to store things in, and the bed actually has 2 outlets on either side, which is nice for charging your devices or whatnot. One thing to note, since this is a loft, I bet you're only getting about 4 feet of headspace in here. Although it doesn't say for sure, I would just guess based on this picture of the loft, it's probably somewhere around 4 feet. Not ideal for adults, but great for the kiddos. One other thing to note, as you can see up here, there is no AC unit in the picture, and some of the pictures have AC units in the loft. I'm guessing because this one has a window right above the bed here, but if I had to guess, I would say the AC unit is on the opposite way that we're looking right here, probably on the other wall. But I don't know, I kind of like the little window above the bed. It's kind of cute. Alright, now let's take a look at the elm treehouse, just for an alternate layout here. All of the treehouses sort of follow the same type of layouts, but just want to give you like another look here at a different layout. Okay, this is the elm treehouse, and as you can see from this one, just this wide shot, you can sort of see there's like a little bit of neighbor action right over here, so you can sort of see your neighbors a lot more on this one versus what you can see on the Cedar. Also note, the deck here looks really easy. It looks like this is almost a walk-on from the path to your treehouse, so it looks like there might not be any stairs to get to this one, which is super handy, which might make this one the more handicap friendly option. But also note, like, look at how huge this deck looks like over here. I mean, you got this whole thing around there and this whole area over here. That looks nice. Also note, the screened in porch on this one is actually a separate building, which may be nice to have it separate from the buildings. So you can sort of sit out here and hang out. Looks pretty fun. If we go inside here, you'll notice there isn't as much room for the bench because there's like a tree, part of the tree growing up in this treehouse, which is cool, but just keep that in mind. But there is 2 seats and a little table here, so it'd be cool to hang out in here, chill, relax, get away from the bugs, and maybe sip a nice beverage or something. Okay, now we're inside the treehouse, and as you can see, it looks pretty similar with the living area and the kitchenette over here. But this is what I was saying from the last one. You couldn't really see the potty, but there is potties in here. It was just off to the side of the other one. But this is a view proving that there is a potty in the treehouse. And also something to note, this is the main bedroom in the elm. You'll see there's a TV on the wall here, and I imagine there was a TV on the wall in the Cedar. not for sure, but I think they just didn't have that angle of it. But similar, 2 stands on each side of the bed there for your things, and a nice table with a chair. So this is the loft in the elm, and this is what I was talking about. There, above the bed in the cedar, there was just that little window, but here is actually the heating and cooling unit, and it's right above the bed. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of like the window above it better, but I bet if you like being extra cool, this is this is the one for you. But there's a nice window right here looking out from your treehouse, so that's nice. You can just lay there and stare out the window. So as you can see, these treehouses are very similar. They're just laid out just a little bit differently. You should definitely visit their website, which I'll link below, and check out which treehouse will be best for you. Now, before we go, we obviously need to talk about cost here. Keep in mind you're paying for a boutique type experience, and there's only 8 of these tree houses, so it's a very unique experience. Now, as you can see, I just chose some dates in midweek in April 2021. I was just trying to find like an off time that's kind of warmish, where probably not a ton of people would be in the area. But here's the prices, as you can see. They range from about $415 to $519 appears to be the most expensive. So if we look at the Elm, for example, here, you'll notice I have 2 nights selected here because there is a 2-night minimum for any of these tree houses. But after the fees and the taxes, you can see 2 nights will set you back about $1,245. But I looked at different times of the year, and there were definitely some more expensive times of the year and just a little bit cheaper, like if you want to go in the cooler months. But I'll, just check it out and figure it out for yourself which time of year would be best for you. But I mean, it's definitely not a cheap trip, but it's like one of those things that's almost a bucket list trip. Maybe not one to have every time you're in the area, but maybe a great special occasion with you and your spouse, or a fun thing to do with you and your kids. It's definitely a unique experience for the area, and one that takes me back to being a kid. I'd love to stay here at least once. How about you? Would you like to stay in these tree houses? Drop me a comment below and let me know. All right, everyone, make sure you hang out for just a little bit longer because we'll have some end cards here with some video suggestions, and we'd love it if you watched another video. Also, make sure you drop a like in this video and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Also, if you like this video, consider heading over to our Ko-fi page and dropping us a tip. We'd really appreciate it. All the money goes to support the channel. Don't forget to check the links out below for our t-shirts and our website. Also, I'll link the Treehouse Grove website there if you want to go check it out for yourself. Alright everyone, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace and love.